You singing that, mate? We're live for another Friday night pint. We're going to be talking about Mainoo to West Ham. It's looking like that could be on the cards. West Ham apparently have guaranteed him a starting spot, which we're going to be giving our opinions on that. Looking ahead as well to the massive Burnley game and talking about the protest before. Right now, me and Scott, Nikki and Ryan, they're at Ian's event, but Nikki has assured me they're looking to join from the cinema, the £4 cinema in Romford. They're going to be joining, he said, about past. So if anyone does hear this and then someone comes in after I've said this and says, where's Nikki? Where's Ryan? Then someone please just fill them in the chat so I don't have to keep saying it. Because that always happens, isn't it? Like, as everyone joins. But yeah, no, mate. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm all good. A bit tired. Late night last night. I was at the Brewdog in
first time
stuff for the Tony Cotty event. So that was really good, very interesting. He said something that was get a few fans split opinions on a couple of things he said. I ain't gonna put no spoilers, but when you get a chance to watch the Q&A, very interesting what he has to say. So yeah,
if you remember, you have early access to that before it goes live to everyone else. So if you are a member, get on that and you'll get to see it first.
Yeah, but no, honestly, it was really good. That's obviously the first one I've been able to get to, and I highly recommend it. It was great. Cotty was on top form. Said some really interesting stuff, and 100% worth a watch. And when we do the next ones, when Ryan and Nikki sort it out, get along if you can do.
So you'll be back for more, Scott.
Yes, mate. I'll be returning for the next one. Very, very, very worth the watch. Worth the watch.
So right, let's stick this in here. But yeah, and people will be glad to know I've got my internet sorted. You should see it. I should be looking clear and crisp now. No, I don't know if you see, like, I did a video with Nikki the other day and it was brutal. It was absolutely brutal, freezing out everything. So I went and I got a booster and now I'm getting 900 megabytes a second around there. Super speeds, should be stable, wide connection. So I'm just posting on YouTube. So shouldn't be any problem. Am I coming through clear? Is that
you're coming through clear through on my one? So yeah, should be all good. Should be all good.
Dan, do you own another top, mate? Oh shit, that reminds me, I ain't put the thing up. What do you mean? Like, I've only got 3 of these OK jerseys so far. One of them, I'm waiting for more to come. I've only got 3. It's only the second time I've ever worn this. As if I wear it all the time. What is this? Why is everyone getting onto me? Scott always wears the Iron Maiden one.
Look, this. Look at this. Look how nice this looks. So yeah, I'm gonna wear it. Listen, they're good. They're good quality shirts. If they weren't, I wouldn't be wearing them. So no, they're good quality. So
there you go. But
to answer your
question, I have 3 so far.
I only have 2, by the way. So if you see me wearing the white one, that's why I've got the white, because I've only got 2.
Yeah, we're getting some more. 10 years older with a new Wi-Fi, right? I'm unplugging it. I'm taking that. But yeah, hair is looking better. Yeah. So no, listen, this shirt is a Japan One Piece. If you know what One Piece is, it's my favorite thing ever. So I had to get this, and I just think it looks cool. I like Larry shirts. I've said this before. I like Larry shirts, and you don't get much Larryer than a fucking guy with green hair carrying a sword with flames all on it. You don't get Larry. So there we go. Right, let's outfit change. Maybe I'll change like partway through the show. I'll jump off and put another one. But yeah, so look, let's get into it. I said the lads will probably be joining soonish, I hope. Mm-hmm. And Mainoo. Now, I feel like we spoke a bit about Mainoo last week, did we, Scott? Was it me, you, and Nikki?
Yeah, no, me, you, and Ryan, wasn't it? I think.
Me, you and Ryan. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it
Yeah,
was. We spoke a little bit about Mainoo. I know you was skeptical about him, about signing him.
yeah,
Like, I was in favour. But if this is true,
yeah.
that we're guaranteeing him a starting spot, I can't agree with that. You
No,
can't guarantee anyone a starting spot. We've just got now Potts and Fernandez. We've seen them have the best midfield performance of the season together as a partnership.
yep,
And I want to see them develop. They're both young. Mainoo's 20.
yep.
Fernandez and Potts are about 20, 21. So who misses out unless you have a midfield free? I like Mainoo and I think he can bring something to our midfield. But to guarantee someone that's not even your player, you're going to have him for 6 months, a starting spot, that's a bit. I don't know about that, mate. I don't agree with that. I don't know
This,
about you.
this is this is the thing, you've got to you've got to sell it to the player to want to come and play football. This is the thing. You look at his stats this year. What he's got played 7 games for Man United, which isn't really a lot. Maybe he wants a more guaranteed sort of starting breadth, but I don't think you should be guaranteeing a player anything. At the end of the day, you can say to him, look, if you come to us and help us out, and you perform well, or you train well, then you probably will be a starter. But you can't sit there and guarantee somebody they're going to come in. And you're sort of kicking into your teeth the players that you've already got there. Because who does he replace in the side?
Yeah.
Where does he fit? He's got no assists, no goals for the past 2 seasons in the Premier League. So you're not looking to bring him in there to help curate. So is he coming in to be a holding midfielder? What's
Box
the
to
role he's
box,
coming
I
in for?
believe. I believe
Yeah,
it's box to box.
box to box. Right. So what's the key? One of the key attributes of the box to box player, carrying the ball forward, causing problems, creating chances, but he's not doing it. He's not
Yeah.
doing that for Man United. Otherwise, he'd be playing week in, week out for Man United. They wouldn't be looking to loan him. So look, it could be a decent gamble. He's not a player that I've raved about or anything like that. Even when I've watched him for England, I don't watch a lot of Man United, so I can't. It's hard for me to really comment. But I go for what I see when he has played for England. Um, he's a tidy player, but is he really what we need? Is that the issue? Is he better than Rodriguez? Yes. Is he better than Irvine? Yes. Is he better than Will Prowse? Yes. But you're saying to someone that's coming in that you're a guaranteed starter and it's only going to be a loan deal. I think it's a bit risky.
Yeah. Well, this is it. I'm not as down on him as you. Like I say, you make valid points about his game time and all of that, but I don't necessarily think it's down to him for whatever reason. He wanted to go out on loan in August, and Amorim and the club didn't want him to go, but then Amorim won't play him, and Man United fans are quite high on him. I think they probably look at him how we look at Freddie Potts, and they're looking at why isn't he getting more game time? Now he comes into West Ham. And like you said, he's better than all those players, or I'd have him over all those players that you listed, right? I'd play him over those players.
Yeah.
But, because when we do need the depth in the midfield, but this is the thing. He needs to come in and compete for a place. We need him competing with Potts, competing with Fernandez. We can't sit there and say, and I know what you're saying, maybe there's a bit of bullshit and we're just, because the other issue I have is he's guaranteed not to be a West Ham player next season. Like, I promise you, we got zero chance of signing him. They're going to want to keep him. So imagine we bring him in now. He starts over our young, bright prospect, Freddie Potts, or our new, bright young player, Fernandez.
Yeah.
He starts over either of them. Then he gets this game time, and maybe he does well for us, and he fires us up the table. Then he fucks off. And then now we've denied Potts or Fernandez all these precious minutes where they could have got crucial match time with the squad and set them up for next season. So I think it's a very short-sighted thing, which is why I'd prefer getting someone that's quality but experienced to come in and help. And I'm not turning my nose up saying he's crap, but you've got to look at the bigger picture.
Yeah, and that's it, mate. I'm with you. As I said, I wasn't sitting there and saying I wouldn't have him. What I'm saying is that when you're looking at the players whose place he's going to take, are we going to benefit more from players like Potts and players like Fernandes playing week in, week out? So long as they're playing well, again, no one's guaranteed football. No one's guaranteed a start. You're playing crap, you need to be outside, right? Can you imagine if when we signed Calvin Phillips, right, that we guaranteed him that he'd play every week if he wasn't injured? How bad of a player he was, or he still is. The way he performed when he come on the pitch.
We probably would have got relegated if we had to play him every week.
and this is the thing, you can't be selling that to a player. You've got to be selling that and saying, listen, you train well, you do well, you're going to start.
Yeah.
You perform well, you're going to carry on starting. But, it said we've got to look after the players. Some of the things, I don't want to really say what was said last night, but some of the things that Cotty said about young British players being able to having their paths to come through. I know Mainoo's a young British player, but his path should be at Manchester United.
He's not our young British
player. He's not going to be a Lingard. Right? You look at Lingard. When Lingard come that time, he hit the ground running, he performed well, he fitted into the team, absolutely perfect. And we benefited massively from that. Right? It propelled us up the league and that type of thing. Who was in his position, really? Whose position he took when he came into the side? Someone who wasn't performing well.
Yeah. Wasn't it Ben Rama? Was Ben Rama? Did we have Ben Rama at that point?
Mate, I honestly can't remember that far back.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who we had on the left at that time. But yeah, like he's not going to have that. He's going to improve our midfield, and I think he'll be good. But he's not going to have that impact where he's going to win us games. Like he's not a match winner. Yep. He'll elevate the midfield, but he's like you said, and I think that's just the thing. When I look at it, I just think it's a bit short-sighted. There was something else you said there that I was going to pick up on, but it may come back to me. Steve WHU Bell, $4.99 super chat. Thank you very much, Steve. We appreciate you, mate. Hope you're having a really good Friday. Need to back up the Newcastle result with a win tomorrow, lads and lasses. 100%, mate. That Newcastle performance will mean nothing if we don't beat Burnley.
Yeah.
Consistency. Ben Big has been a member for 3 months. Thank you for your support, Ben. We appreciate you and all the members and all the people that like the stream and all of that stuff. Are you going to the march tomorrow, lads? I will be there. I'm not going to the game, but I'm going to the protest.
I'm planning on being there, but I've got work first, so it's all if I can get home from work early enough.
Well, let's hope. You listen, Scott. You'll enjoy it. Trust me.
Oh no, mate. Honestly, I want to come, but I've got work. My days. I work Tuesday to Saturday, and unfortunately, you have to be there every Saturday. So I've got to get all my work done in time so that I can get to football. So hopefully, I can get it all sorted and get to the march as well.
Shout out to Nick, by the way. Nick Tucker's in the chat. So check out his channel. He's Mr. Thanos himself. Has got his own YouTube channel. Says not going to be here before Jan. Need to concentrate on the now.
Mm-hmm.
This is it. We're not going to get him. But it seems there. And the thing is, I don't think it's a bad thing necessarily to start to plan, prepare, and think for January. Because it's a hard window. You don't start doing this, and this is the thing. Like he's everyone remembers your job, Mr. Trevis. Everyone remembers what you did.
I ain't doing none of that tomorrow.
Boycott money, Scott. That's the real protest. The thing is, right? January is such a notoriously hard month to get signings in. Yeah, we do need to concentrate on that, but I want Nuno and I want the team sitting there and starting to look, because say we really do want Mainoo. Someone mentioned there, and I think that Everton are also interested in Mainoo. So if we really do want him, and not we as in me and Scott, but if Nuno, his team, whoever wants this player, they need to be working on that deal now. And by starting to put the moves out, getting preparing the offer and what you're going to do before other teams. You start and wait until January because we've got to focus on the now. Well, then you get left behind. You're late to the party.
Yeah, and it's it, mate. That's the thing. You've got to be putting these feelers out and saying certain things. Like I said, it's just a worry. Look, I know. you know how things work. You've got to try and entice everybody in. You've got to sell the club, and if you're selling the club and the club's not doing quite well, one of the things is guaranteeing somebody a start. But it's a dangerous, dangerous ground to be walking.
Yeah. As a Leeds fan, is this true? West Ham decided not to wear poppy and shirts for Remembrance Weekend. Well, if you're a Leeds fan, you'll remember we did wear one when we played you, because Leeds did it early because they couldn't they couldn't do it later, basically, like because they didn't have a home game on Remembrance Weekend. I think that's what it was. So this was their last home game, so we did wear one. So I'd be surprised. Yeah, I'd be surprised if they didn't. They've always done it.
Yep.
So I'd be surprised.
Always. And this is our last home game before Remembrance Sunday, isn't it? No, Remembrance Sunday. Is it this Sunday, Remembrance Sunday?
Well, there's an international break after this weekend.
Yes, so it'll be this one. So I'll be very, very shocked if we don't do something. Because as you said, mate, we every year we're very good at doing things for Remembrance Day. So I'd be shocked and a bit disgusted if we didn't, as a football club, to be honest.
Yeah, unless they look at it and think, and this is not me justifying it, but they might go, well, we've done it now. We've done it against Leeds. But
we didn't.
They usually have your home game would have the guys with the trumpets out and all of that stuff.
Yeah. So it should be this week. We didn't do it against Newcastle. Yeah. So it should be this home game against Burnley.
But this is all this is all, what do you call it? Speculation. I haven't seen anything official.
No.
But we'll get some we'll get some more confirmation. Someone said I can't remember who it was, Drano. We won the War Cup. We should do. Yeah, people forget. And like I put we don't talk enough about the War Cup, right? Yeah. I put a lot of stock in the War Cup because that was the cup. Like that when football stopped, that was the trophy, right? The War Cup.
Yeah.
So it's not like it was some tin pot little poxy thing. It was the trophy that you could win in that year. So people forget it. We basically won like the biggest trophy we could possibly win that season.
The thing is now, it's on the stadium now, isn't it? It's on the trophies on the stadium.
Oh, is it? Good. It just doesn't seem to get spoken about enough.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. You know, it was a proper trophy for a time when, you know, things weren't too great.
Yeah. Chris says, loving the Japan shirt. Cheers, Chris. Like I said, okay, jerseys, Japan shirts, one piece. I love this shirt. I'm going to get some more of these Larry ones. Oh, there's this one, right, with this character. He wears, like, he's got pink feathers all around him. He's a fucking crazy character. But he's honestly, this shirt, mate.
I'll have to flick through, Dan, and we'll see who can get the Larry shirt out of the two of us.
All right, let's do it. it. Yeah, we should do like a Larry shirt competition, right? We all get a Larry shirt and we'll see who wins.
Friday Night Pint Larry shirt edition.
There we go. Oh, Ted Hammer says club official website, poppies on sleeves of the shirts, plus signed an auction for charity, plus wreath in the center circle. There you go. See,
brilliant.
It's a non-issue.
Yeah.
Packet here. I love how everyone loves that quote is that catchphrase is going to follow me around everywhere. Good old Simon Jordan. I hope he's having a good night. So yeah, like I said, he seems to be the prominent name, but I want to see a lot of names. I want to see if you could pick, Scott. If you could pick, right, let's first start one position, right, to sign a player for in January. What position is that going to be?
This is Joe. What I'm going to say, a pacey centre half.
Pacey centre half.
Yeah.
Kilman's supposed to be pacey centre. Well, he's supposed to. I say pacey, but relative is what we've had.
Yeah.
This is the thing, right? Football fans, like, it's just you watch one game and then you think, all right, we don't need a defender, right? But I do think we do need a centre back. I'm not saying we don't, but if I had to choose, I'd lean towards striker. I'd lean towards. It's a real tough one. How long's I think Mavropanos is out for about 6 weeks, isn't he?
Oh, he's training on grass now, isn't he? So he shouldn't be
All
too
right,
bad.
he's on.
I'm sure Nuno said they're looking to be back after the international break.
Right. So yeah, I think I would say striker. Look, we're gonna fucking get rid of Fulkrug.
Yeah,
You know, he'll be gone.
the thing is, mate. We do need a striker, right? As a focal point, you know, we were talking last week how big the difference is to have a number 9. You know, when we done post match, I'm saying never get a Callum Wilson, the movement that he offers and stuff like that, and it is key to get another striker in. The one thing we have got is we've got goals from Bowen. You know, we've got other players that can chip in with goals. You know, Somerville can chip in. We see Souček, the impact that he can have in the game coming off the bench. And we do need another striker. I don't want to get to February and we're seeing Fulkrug out the door, Callum Wilson as our only main striker, and he goes off the pitch and then 60 minutes, you know, for the last half hour, we're having to watch Souček stumble around up front. You know, I don't want to be seeing that. So it is, but having a pacey centre half gives us something different to what we've not got. You know, Kilman doesn't look like he's got much pace. The only pacey centre half we actually had was a Gerd, and you know, we all know that he wanted out. And we've got to add pace. And I just think another pacey defender, especially centre back, that will benefit the back line massively and help shore us up a bit more. But this is the thing, mate. I still think we need to plug a few holes. Like I said, a box-to-box midfielder would be great. You know, you know, that is something that we need. And we do need a striker. But as I say all the time, it's probably easier to get a defender and a box-to-box midfielder than it will be to get a striker that's going to get you goals. And as we spoke last week, there's going to be a lot of suitors for Ivan Toney if he's looking to come back.
Yeah. No, 100%. The competition is going to be big for him, and I think us being the London club, I think we'll have a little advantage over Everton and places like that. It depends where we are as a club.
Yeah.
So let me get a couple of comments on the just people's opinions on Mainoo, then we'll move on to another subject which Drainer Imers has brought to my attention that I just had to go and look into. KG says, well, to be fair, it would probably be Potts and Mainoo DM, then Fernandez over Paqueta. What makes you think that, KG? Big Fernandez over Paqueta? I don't know about that one, mate. Kante needs to be pushed up into senior squad. I agree. Apparently he's brought on, and I can't remember which youngsters it was, but he just promoted 3 youngsters into train with the senior team as well. So he is looking at the young players. I think Kante, you know, in the under 21s, I think it is that he's playing in. He's been a crucial player. So, but if we need him, I'll promote him.
I see at the start, Ginger Carroll was saying that he's watching he watched them against Liverpool and said Kante looks proper decent. So
yeah, get him up there. We need to focus on signing some more wingers rather than midfielders. There are no substitutes for Somerville or Bowen if they get injured. That is true, Steve.
Very, very true. Very, very true.
Point.
All there is Guillermo.
Yeah, that's it. Jace going, well, he's got to work, so I have to see what time he's working because he's coming for a weigh-in. So hopefully he can come to the protest and then head to work from there. Dino says, think Burnley is going to be tougher task than Newcastle. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
And then Dre Knoll says, bored of Mainoo crap. Let's talk about Trip Smith investors. Are we believing this? Now, I'm not on Twitter as much. I'm not on social media as much as I used to be. I do have a look and do some little bit of research beforehand. Didn't really see anyone talking about this, but now I've looked into it. Apparently, Trip Smith has come back to the UK. There's takeover speculation rising. So let's see what's here. So this is just me. it just seems to be a bit of nothing, to be honest with you. I'm trying to find something concrete that's like, I think it's just speculation because he's flown to the UK. There's talks about an American consortium. There's been a major development regarding the US consortium linked with a bid to buy in and then attempt a full takeover of West Ham United. With the opening of the summer transfer window, speculation of a takeover has quietened. It was revealed last month a mystery US investor has been in early talks to buy the Gold family's 25% stake in West Ham. So I'm trying to skip all the filler. There's a lot of filler in articles these days. They pad them out so much. There's so much. There was much excitement when word emerged the US investor was eyeing Gold's stake following his death in 2023. I can't get excited by American investors. Since the recent takeover speculation ignited, it has been revealed the man greasing the wheels for the US Hammers bid is none other than stakeholder and American finance guru Trip Smith. So yeah, there was talk about that other American guy that was going to buy it, Mark Walter, and the guy that owns I remember this story, we did cover it, that owns the baseball team or something.
Yeah.
Guggenheim. Walter is the CEO of Guggenheim Partners, a global investor said to have over 260 billion in assets. Guggenheim is well known to American investment executive and Hammers stakeholder Trip Smith, who owns 8% of the East London club. Fucking hell. Right, here we go. So basically, I think it's all filler. So that's what it is. He's flown in, and oh bloody hell, he's back in the. I wasn't expecting you in the cinema.
Flown in.
He's got back in. It's Trip Smith, everyone, looking smart, looking
sharp.
Hi,
all. My name's Trip Smith.
Well, Nicky flying in like Trip Smith is basically right. Trip Smith has been linked with this Guggenheim geezer before. We was linked with him, and nothing materialized. There's been links with Trip Smith being involved in buying the Gold stake, and the idea is he's going to buy the Gold stake and then buy the whole club. You know, I believe it when I see it. Him just flying to the UK doesn't mean much. If it's true, like 260 billion, that's in assets. How much has he got in money, in cash to spend on the club?
Well, this is the big thing. This is the thing because as we said before, asset wise, Sullivan's very rich asset wise, but not cash wise, and asset wise is not what we need. We need investors who have got cash to splash. You know, that's what we need because we're not a football club that needs rich people who just have their assets tied up in different things. We need people that are going to sit there and spend money, and without people spending money, it's not going to improve. You know, and this is the thing. Look, Trip Smith has his stakeholder. He's going to be interested in improving his investments within the football club. So if he's got someone who wants to come and invest and boost the value of the football club, he's going to do it because it boosts his investment at the same time. Yeah. At the end of the day, these are all businessmen looking to profit. You know, this is the unfortunate thing. No one's running a football club to lose money. They're all looking to run a football club to have it as a sort of badge of honor on their CV and to make money from it. So, you know, listen, if it helps get rid of the current regime, then so be it. But as we've said before in the past, it needs to be the correct people coming in.
Yeah. Dino says any more Yanks taking over the Premier will soon be watching halftime shows. What do you think, Nick? A lot of people ain't thrilled about the prospects of American ownership, and but what do you reckon? Do you think there's anything to this Trip Smith stuff? I mean, he's had this stake, 8% stake, for years now.
Yeah, I don't know what to believe anymore, to be honest with you. Sometimes I think, I mean, when did this story come out? Can someone tell me when did this story come out?
Well, this is today. This is the update today that's come out. It's being reported that he's flying to the UK.
So he's flying to the UK for what?
Apparently West Ham business.
Private West Ham business.
Oh no, apparently West Ham business. But that could just mean he's coming to the game tomorrow.
Right. What's tomorrow?
Burnley. Protest.
Protest. Yeah, protest. You see it, and we see it last time. Before there was a protest, there's always someone coming over to fly over. There's always a potential investor. There's always someone knocking on the door for the club. There's always someone who's already in the club coming over to talk about money and all. It's bollocks. A load of bollocks, to be quite honest with you. All of this stuff comes out because tomorrow's a protest. And what they do, and listen, we know what they're like. We know what the owners are like. And they will do anything, and I mean do anything and say anything to at least if they can stop. If this right, let's say for instance, there's 10,000 people going to a protest tomorrow, right? If all of a sudden they're talking about new ownerships and all that sort of this stuff never comes out before, never, right?
Yeah.
If they can stop 1,000 people from going, they'll say it. They'll say it because every fucking time that they go, and you see it time and time. The last time it happened, there was some sort of a Saudi investor coming in, weren't there, and all of that sort of nonsense. It's a load of bollocks. It's a load of bollocks. Like, last time, I think it was before the Newcastle game. Kretinsky was coming over, and Kretinsky's thinking about now buying 100% stake. It's all nonsense. They will say it, and they will say and do anything to get out of this protest. Don't not go to the protest tomorrow. They are liars. They're proven liars. Proven.
But you know what? And I think you're right. To be honest with you, like I'm leaning towards you being right, and it is bollocks. But I will say
laughing. That's a first. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know. I'm agreeing with Nicky today. But I will say this, and I will not mince my words when I say this. But if you are even considering not going to a protest to get Sullivan out because of rumors of a takeover based on the geezer just apparently flying, then you're a fucking idiot. Like I'm sorry. I don't give a shit if that offends anyone in the chat and you're a fucking idiot if you're going, oh, we might be getting taken over. And I won't protest then. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. And do you know what the worst thing is, Nicky? That there probably is some people like that.
I was just about to say
that.
I was just about to say that. Like, there are on the fences.
No respect for that.
There are on the fences. There are on the fences that maybe was thinking about coming to the protest and turning around there and saying, maybe they're trying to get out there. It happens every time. You know what I mean? Like it happens. I don't listen to none of this bollocks. Like the only thing I'll ever listen to is if David Gold is sitting in a solicitor's with his David Sullivan. David Sullivan. He's sitting in a solicitor's with the documents to West Ham, and I sell them to someone that's sitting there with him. I'll never listen to another work because they, as I said before, they are proven liars. They are proven to. They are proven to be, to be people that sort of leak news and all that sort of thing to try and benefit themselves. They're just. That's what businessmen are. That's what football owners are. They do everything, and everything comes out. Everything comes out at a time when it's the most convenient for them.
It's all spin.
You know what I mean? It's all spin, yeah, exactly. That's exactly the word I was going to. It all comes out when it's convenient for them. And they've done it for years and years. They've done it. Let's go back to Declan's contract. Yeah, do you remember that?
Yeah,
Declan's contract when we was trying to get Declan Rice to sign a new contract, and Declan's contract, the whole contract got leaked. Who leaks that at that convenient time? It's David Sullivan. David Sullivan will say anything. He will do anything. And so will Brady. They are very clever people, and as I say, if there's one person not going to go to the protest because of this news, it's a win for them. So don't listen to them.
This is it. They do think people are that thick. They really think.
Yeah, they do. But Dan, these are two people that you've got to remember. Yeah, that are sat there, right? And I've said this many times. They have paid themselves, bonuses for a successful move. Everything that they've said, that this stadium will bring is on record. It's in video form, right? It ain't like we're misremembering it. Everything that they said this stadium will bring is in video form, right? And where you can sit there and watch the videos 10 years down the line and say, none of that's happened. And they'll tell you, yes, it has. What are you talking about? Like,
Yeah.
They are, you know, they will sit there. If you said the color, the sky was red, the sky was blue, they'd tell you it was red, and then they'd argue, and they'd argue to you blue in the face. That's what they're like. These people are, for want of a better word, they're scum, and that's how these people operate. They lie to your face, and when they get caught lying, they'll lie some more to try and get out of that.
Yeah,
and they've got no fucking shame. So don't ever put anything. Listen, we know what this club has done to us as fans, right? As people that oppose this ball. Dan, you know what they've done to us. Yeah, you know what they've tried to do to us. They've tried to ban us from the stadium twice, and they can't because they've got nothing to ban us for. Like they are, you know, they're their own echo chamber. And as I said, they will lie and lie and lie. It doesn't matter about facts. Don't let fucking facts get in the way of a good story. This is bollocks. But you know, Chip Smith might well be over here, but he ain't over here to do no fucking takeover business or try and invest any more money. It's none of that. None of that. He'd have already done it.
I think it's pure speculation. Tony here says the way Khan, he's talking about the mayor, was speaking the other day. The stadium could be up for sale under new ownership. He might know something we don't now. He's basically, and this was very interesting because when I went on TalkSport and was talking about new stadium, all of that, one of the arguments that Simon Jordan and other people have said is, well, we've got a 99-year lease. We can't get out of it. And my point was, and I said this, they'd be dying to get out of that lease. They'd be begging for it. So now this comes out. So Sadiq Khan says, yeah, listen, if they wanted to leave the stadium, you know, we could be open to that. That may be there. And I'm not saying this links to the Trip Smith thing, but that could be if someone else wants to come in and if they want to get out of that and we want to buy the state, like maybe it's a come and get me plea. He knows how much money is being lost on this stadium through West Ham and all of this other stuff. He knows, and he's putting the value out there. And yeah, and that's Nicky's internet, right? Not mine.
That's Nicky's internet, mate. That is
okay. Thank fuck, it's not me today. Yeah, he knows the value. So there could be something to what you're saying, Tony. I think the Trip Smith thing, I don't think there's any link between what Khan said, but maybe he does know something, or he wants that. He knows about the growing unrest, and he's like, yeah, like because he know we're costing him so much money being in it. He knows that was an awful deal that was struck, and he would do anything to fix that.
Yeah, that's it.
Can
I just point out? There's a lot of people saying about the Poppy thing. The Poppy thing is fake news.
Fake news.
We do in their remembrance game. It's going to be exactly the same. They're laying the wreaths before the game. It's all laid out on the website. I've just been sitting there checking my thingy. So the fact that they're saying they're boycotting the Poppy, it's a load of crap.
And let me say this as well. If anyone ever does want to do this sort of thing, fake news does not help the cause, right? Spreading fake news does not help the cause. Right? You've got enough ammunition. Right, I don't know, come up with this shit, but you've got enough ammunition to throw at these two clowns, right? Do not start making up shit because it devalues your argument. Like, don't make that up. Like, no one's ever gonna sort of not wear poppies on their shirts and all that. They will never do that. Like I was at Leeds a couple of weeks ago. That was their last home game, and they done a poppy thing then. That was in October. Yeah,
that's what I said.
No one's ever gonna do that. Don't spread fake news. You're fucking devaluing your arguments.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's annoying, and it just does more harm than good. So yeah, but no, so yeah, just in terms of the Khan thing, then, because you think do you think there's anything to that, Scott, of him saying, yeah, listen, if West Ham wanted to get out of it, then we can discuss it. You know, he done some platitudes about, I get on great with the owners. He does not get on great with West Ham's owners. They fucking hate each other.
Listen. At the end of the day, of course, he's going to sit there and turn around and say that if the current regime, I know he ain't going to use current regime, but if the current regime change, there's a chance to negotiate with the new owners to buy the club. Of course it is, because he knows at the end of the day, this lot want the club for nothing, want the ground for nothing. Sorry.
Yeah.
You know, other investors who are going to come in and blindly look at that stadium as, oh, look at this magnificent stadium. It's absolutely brilliant. You know, this hosted the 2012 Olympics and all that. Yeah, it's a fantastic Olympic stadium. You know, it's a fantastic athletic stadium. It's a shit football stadium. But they won't see that like that. As a lot of, and I ain't going to pick out all American fans here, but I remember being there 2 seasons in, sitting next to an American fan who come over and said, oh, wow, isn't this stadium fantastic? You know, it is fantastic for everything but football. And this is the thing. He will not deal with the regime that we have there now. Not one bit, right? He won't deal with Brady for the reasons that I ain't even going to start getting into. And he won't deal with Sullivan because he doesn't like Sullivan. So at the end of the day, he wants them out. He'd probably join us at the protest because he wants them out so he can sell the stadium, get it off the taxpayers' bill, and make a bit of money and make himself look even better.
Because he would, imagine he sold it for like 200 mil or something. He can sit there and say, I've got 200 million pounds for the taxpayer. Yeah. The other regime, the previous regime, done this deal. Exactly. But me, the hero, well, I've rescued. It's a political home run, right? It's a political win. It's so easy, right, for him to do that. But it's so difficult with the current ownership.
But
so
all
this
talk. And this is the thing. This is the thing that bugs me, right, with it all. And like, I don't really like getting into politics and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, if it benefits the taxpayer, as I said before, to offload that stadium, even if it's at a cut deal price that's going to save the taxpayer money over the long run, it doesn't matter what party the people that own the stadium vote for. If it benefits the taxpayers that you're actually working for, that you're representing, then fucking do it. Don't do it because they wear a blue rosette and you wear a red rosette. It's fucking pathetic. Yeah. And it's just fucking schoolboy shit.
I'm going to be honest with you.
That's politics for you, mate. That's politics.
I'm going to be honest with you. Again, I don't follow politics, but choosing between Khan and Brady Sullivan is like choosing between shit and sick, if I'm honest with you. Because, you know, these people that are running London, and I go, the last regime was just as fucking bad with Boris Johnson and all that. But these people that are running London have fouled London. They fouled it, right? The last regime did. And so is this fucking regime. They failed London. London, I've been to London today, as it happens. It's a shithole. It is a shithole. It's running rife with crime, right? So sitting there saying about these, but do I think there's any truth in the stadium? This is fact. He tried to out us. He tried to out us when he first came into office. He was looking for any reason to get us out of that stadium. He thought the deal was a bad deal, right?
I wish he did. I wish he did. Do you know what? He's gone up a few points in my book based off that. Fucking hell.
They don't get on, right? Them and the owners don't get on. He's looking for any reason, right? It's all political scoring with them sort of thing, and they can, you know, they can fuck off, all of them. To be quite honest with you, I'm not interested in politics, and I'm not interested in these two regime, these owners, right? The geezer has failed London. They've failed West Ham. They're both as fucking bad as each other, in my opinion, right? But I'm just saying, in terms of the stadium, would he want us out? Would it be a win if they got us out? It'd be a win if we give it to him, give it to us, right? This is my opinion, right? That man will never give it to us. He doesn't like them, right? And if he has to give it to them, it would be conceding to them, and he won't like it. This is a political game, a cat and mouse. They're on the opposite teams. I believe. If the last regime were still in charge, we'd already have that stadium, right? But would he want us out? Would he say? He's saying, yeah. I think Khan is I don't think he's very clever. I think he's an idiot. But he's a bit like Brady Sullivan. He knows that there's pressure. He's heard Dan talk about TalkSport and about the stadium. He's heard me talk about the stadium. He's heard all of these protests, right? And he's just putting his oar in the fire. And what he's doing is putting his poker in the fire and he's getting ready to poke him with it because he knows that there's these protests. And what he's doing is going, if they want out, we'll let them out. We'll let them out of it, right? And they know that the likes of me, you, Scott, Everyone else is going to this protest tomorrow would jump at the chance to do it, right? So that puts more pressure on them, and that gets them out, right? It's another political move by political people, right? They'll never give it to us, right? But let's be honest, if he really was interested in the politics of it, he'd just sell it. We might have a lease, but he could sell it. He could sell it, but he doesn't want to relinquish control, because as he's got the control of the stadium, he has got some sort of control over them. Yeah, right. So he's not gonna give it to him, right? If he could stop paying us rent, we could stop charging us rent now, right? You got to think about this. If we go, it's not losing £4 million a year; it's gaining 20. Yeah, every year we are in that stadium, they are losing £25 million every fucking year, right? A win for the taxpayer, a real win for the taxpayer, would just go to him, just have it, just fucking take it off of our hands. That's £250 million that they've spent running that stadium because they couldn't fucking do what they could do. So any win for a political party would say, just take it away from it, or just have it for 15 million quid, right? Anyone would do that because it's losing them money. Yeah. Anyone would. Like if you had a shitty car, right, that you could sell for £1,000, but it was cost you 10 grand a year to run, yeah, and it wasn't going any fucking where, and it wasn't fit for purpose, would you carry on fucking running it? I wouldn't. I'd get rid of it. You know what I mean? Like, so,
and that's what I was saying, Nick. At the end of the day, right? He turns around and they turn around and want to sell the stadium, 50, 75, 100 million, right? Whatever it is, that's a bargain for a ready built stadium. Yeah, but like you said, within 5 years, you've saved 100 million.
Yeah,
you've saved 100
that's
million.
A win. It's just, as I said before, like, don't ever think this Khan, yeah. Oh, sorry about the language. I think this guy Khan, yeah, is sitting there, right, trying to do the best for the taxpayer. Because if he was doing the best for the taxpayer, he'd get rid of it. He'd get rid of it right now. Because every year it costs the taxpayer more money, right? They've already fucked it up so bad that it's cost a lot of money, right? If he wanted rid of it, that would be a political move. Like that would be the best political move. He doesn't want that to happen, right? What he's doing now, and he's done a very clever thing now. He knows that there is gripes over the state. He knows we don't like it, right? And believe me, he will not make this easy. He will not make this easy for anybody, right? Even if they wanted to buy it now, he wouldn't make it easy. Because it's all about control, and it's all about politics.
Fat politics. West Ham, up West Ham.
Nicky, since you don't care about politics, you need to watch what you say, because you will end up in prison if you disrespect the Labour Party, especially your English, Caucasian, and far right. I'm not far right. I don't even claim to be English these days, because I think it's a fucking a disgrace to be fucking English these days. You know what I mean? Like some of them, it's just. I'm not into politics. I'm not far right. I'm not nothing. Right? I'm not nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. I don't like politics, but when it comes to my football club, I will sit there and talk about my football club.
Yep.
There we go. Here.
Leave the politics down to the rest of us.
No, fucking no, fuck that.
Yeah. No, like the thing is, like,
how can I look far right? What the fuck does that mean?
No,
I'm quite offended. But what do you mean? I look far right. What does far right look like?
Nick, he wasn't saying that. You've misread what he was saying.
I didn't say you're far right. I said you look far right. I said, yeah. What do you mean I look far right? What? Because I've got no hair?
No. What he was getting at, right, is he was saying, well, you don't do politics, yeah. You need to be careful what you say, because the Labour Party go around banging people up who talk against them, right? And that's the thing, especially if you're of what he said. He weren't saying you're far right or anything like that.
No,
oh my God.
I know what he's saying.
Do you know what? I should have fucking known. Just mentioning a politician's name in a West Ham story would have fucking veered this way off the fucking tracks. This is the thing, right? Everyone can have their political thing. The reason why I don't want to discuss it on it, everyone is welcome at West Ham Fan TV, no matter where you vote, whatever, what party, what's your little team, right? Because we have little tribes. You're welcome here, right? I don't sit there and go, well, you're this party, so I don't like you. This is you're West Ham, or you're interested in hearing us talk about West Ham. You're welcome. You're welcome. Me, I look at everything on balance. I don't have my little tribes. The only tribe I'm a part of is West Ham. That's my tribe. Don't have no Labour tribe, no Conservative tribe, nothing. Right? I just look at things. Of course, I have opinion on things and what I think is right as a human. I don't follow well, this is what this side say, so I'm going to be part of that. Or this is what this side say. You just being balanced and looking at things on balance is the way to go, in my opinion, right? But everyone is welcome here. And that's why I just say you come in, let's leave the politics on the other channels. And here we talk about West Ham. And sometimes it veers over like this because we've got a politician involved, but it's all about West Ham. You know, we love our club.
You know what I think
and
about
we want the
politics?
best for it.
Do you know what I think of politics?
Yeah.
Fuck politics. Fuck them all. They're all bad each other. Oh, yeah. Funny enough, right, I just read a comment. So Matt, I know you wouldn't disrespect. I know you've been watching us for a long time, mate. But I take offence. But people do say that to me. They say I look like a fucking EDF supporter.
Yeah, but that's a stereotype, and that's a negative stereotype, and stereotype's not good.
Not EDF,
good
an EDL.
EDF isn't EDF the energy company? You look like you work for the energy company.
What did I say? EDF.
You said EDF.
That's the energy company.
Yeah, that's what I meant. The gas people.
Yeah, you do look like a gas man. The gas man's here, everyone.
Guess what was Scott? Right,
go on, mate.
Not my garden, but outside my house. Yeah. On the outside, right? Guess what's growing out there?
Go on.
And outside next to my car park, right? Not planted by me. I'm just saying this. Weed. A marijuana plant is growing outside my house. How's that happened?
Well, obviously someone's been growing it around you, haven't they?
What the hell? Like, it's a proper plant. Like, it's come up with the leaves and everything. Like, it looks like the Bob Marley plant, man.
Someone's going to be popping around your house later, mate, and cutting that down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rich with a £5 super chat. Thank you very much, mate. Anyone suffering from mental health, please speak up. Plenty of sufferers on here. We help each other. Come on, you irons. Well said, Matt. Thank you very much for super chat. And yeah, that's what it is. It's a West Ham family, and again, or a West Ham fan TV family. We have non-West Ham fans here, and like I said, you're here.
I'm not growing it. It just grown naturally. It just popped up.
Yeah, that's that sounds.
Grow it.
Officer, it just popped up. It just appeared here. I don't know.
It's outside my house. It's growing in the street.
Did you ever read the story of the old girl that got raided by the police because one of her neighbours grassed her up saying she was growing weed, and it weren't. It was like a grandson had planted some plants in the back garden, and one of them was a marijuana plant.
Is it illegal to grow it?
Yeah, it's got to be.
But who's gonna get arrested for that? Then it's growing naturally in the fucking street.
Yeah, it's a natural.
Arrest the council. I'm getting back to politics again. Joe has become a YouTube member. Thank you very much, Joe. Like I said, for those who want to get into them, we're going to have early access to the Cotty video. Hopefully, it's come out all right. Nicky's going to let me know if it's watchable. He done the filming yesterday. That's why I say that. Sorry, Scott and Graham did the filming. Nick set it up.
No. Was it me?
Who's taking the blame or credit? Who wants
Graham.
that? Oh God, help us! All right, so there may be a chance you might get something to watch.
No, when I checked it for Graham, it looked okay. He had to move it because it was the position we had was in a bit of the way, and it did get knocked a couple of times. But he assures me he manoeuvred it back into place, so we should be all right.
Just to say, everyone, if you want to blame someone, blame Dan because he was meant to be there and he didn't turn up.
Well, I was teaching my YouTube course. Everyone, do check that out. All right, well, my son, check it out. You can't check anything out, but if you live in Paddington, you can come in January midway January. You live in Westminster area.
I
So
might
yeah, like let's come on down. Or you just
we'll go to one of Dan's courses.
I'll teach you how to do YouTube, mate. You
Cheers.
need some lessons. Vera Biz, he's back to eating on stream again. He's back on it. He's bloody doing it again.
It's Halloween. It's Halloween. You've got to let me off on this one.
Oh, Halloween. Fuck off. You don't tell me you do like it's Halloween for like, what is it? Like it's Christmas season. It's Halloween season.
No, Halloween's finished, but these are the sweeties that we had left over. So
yeah, fucking. So right, Burnley. Right, let's get on a bit of Burnley for we because we've got to talk about this bloody game.
Oh, we're going to talk about football now.
Yeah, let's get on the bloody football, right? I tell you what, that bloody Margaret Thatcher. No, football. It's a tough game. So I believe someone said it might have been Dino, might have been Drano. Apologies if I forget who asked it. But they said about this game being tougher than it's tougher than the Newcastle game, and there could be something on paper. No, but football's not on paper. Played on paper, it's played on grass, and they're a team that's down there fighting with us, and they've got some fight, and the pressure's on us now. There was pressure on us against Newcastle, but I think the expectation for the win was on Newcastle. The expectation is gone back to us now, and it's a must win in my opinion. We need to be gaining points on Burnley and the others. Leeds and Forest are playing each other as well. Huge,
massive
Big weekend, mate.
Massive. Don't get this confused. Burnley will come to this game just as motivated as Newcastle, if not more motivated, because they know what a big game this is, right? And let's take away last week's result. Let's take away the Forest result. We're shit, right? We are shit. And they will look at that.
A couple of games don't change that.
Yeah, a couple of games don't change it, right? They will look at that and go, they're shit. Everyone's beat them at that stadium. The only people that didn't beat them were Newcastle, and they were poor, right? And they're going to be looking at it. Scott Parker will be annoying. Scott Parker knows his club. Well, he knew the club. He probably don't know this club, but he knew the club.
Yeah.
And he knows what the fans are like. And he's going to look at the protests and he's going to be saying to them, look, we're getting to them. We've got a good chance of winning here. But they fold at home. They're not good. There's unrest there, blah, blah, blah. So we have to, the players, not us, but we do as well. But the players have to be on this. They have to be on their game tomorrow. Don't go in there. You do that last week. Relieves a bit of pressure. If we lose this week, everything that we've done last week has been undone. Yeah, we're in the same position as we would have been last week as we will be this week, right? It will be undone. So they have to go in there. And he has to play the same team. He has to. If he goes with anything but that same team, I'm with Scott. That's what I would say. Yeah.
Fraud watch.
Listen, the worrying thing is when you look at the results that Burnley have picked up, they've got 3 wins so far this season. One of those was against Sunderland, which was a tight game. I think it was 3-2 in the end, that one. But the other teams they're beating are teams that are around them. I think in Leeds and Fulham, I think they beat. So, this is it. What you're saying, mate, is bang on point. If we rock up thinking that we're going to win this game, we're going to come unstuck. Yeah, we will. I agree with what they said, Nuno and the players. We are in a better position now to win this game than we were. That it was a big boost getting the Newcastle, and I'm not having this thingy that we only beat Newcastle because Newcastle were poor. Right, Newcastle weren't at the races, but at the end of the day, we still had to put the ball in the back of the net. We still had to raise our game and make them look as bad as what they were. Same as Brentford. So when we lost to Brentford, if we had turned up against Brentford and we sitting there saying, "Oh well, we wouldn't have lost that game." No, we were poor and we made Brentford look a lot better than what they actually are. Right, so that's the thing. And Newcastle weren't as poor against us as we were against Brentford, but we got the job done. So look, this is a tough game. It's going to be very, very difficult. The atmosphere, especially if Burnley go up quite early like Newcastle did, it's going to cause problems. The team need to be as resilient as they were against Newcastle. Whether Newcastle play well or not, They still created chances, and we kept them out. And Burnley are not as good as Newcastle, and that's no disrespect to them. They're not as good as Newcastle, and this is a game that we can win. And for me, it's a must win. A draw's not good enough. A draw's okay, but it's not good enough. It needs to be 3 points.
It's all about fight, Scott. It's all about fight.
Yeah, and to be fair, mate, as we said, against Newcastle, I saw fight. I saw leaders. I haven't seen leaders in a West Ham shirt for a long time. I saw leaders against Newcastle. And that's what that's what we need to see.
Now they've got to fight against an opponent that wants to fight back. Because Newcastle didn't. So somebody said there Newcastle were atrocious. We were good. Yeah, we were good, but they were shit. There's no denying it. Right. And let me just say this, guy. Boycotting Nuno's first home game was a stupid decision. I want BS out, but that was ridiculous. Why was it ridiculous? Why? Tell me. Come in a thing here. Why was it ridiculous? Right? What changed? Because we won the last game, right? It wasn't because of a fucking boycott. Believe me, it wasn't because of a boycott, right? That we lost. Yeah. We hadn't won there since February. Yeah. We didn't boycott. The fucking players boycotted. They didn't turn up. Don't tell me that. Fuck Nuno's first home game. It ain't about Nuno, and it ain't about fucking. It ain't even about the team, right? They can perform. Everyone that was fucking going there in COVID, everyone was telling us that was better because we weren't there, right? So don't sit there telling me that was the reason they lost that game. Yeah, wasn't. It ain't ridiculous, and it ain't about Nuno, and it ain't about the team. It's about the regime, and we have to make a stand somewhere. When is it a good time to protest if you cannot protest, right? It's not. Yeah. It's not. It wasn't a stupid idea. It was a good idea. And if you think it was stupid to boycott and we lost the game because of that, what's their fucking excuse? It's February.
Yeah, there isn't. Exactly. And and if you think an extra 20,000 fans standing there in silence for 90 minutes would have changed that result, then I don't know what you've been watching. I don't know what you've been watching because that stadium is a library.
This stuff. Look, we should be supporting the team and the new manager, yes, but the demo was bollocks. I never said it would change the game. So what's the fucking point then?
And
what's the point then?
It makes a positive step towards
team. I've been supporting this team for 42 years. Yeah, I'm 42, nearly 43. I'm 43 next month. Everyone wants to buy me a birthday card. I've been supporting this team for 43 years. I'll go up and down this fucking country. Yeah, and I have been for years, shit or good. Europe, fucking everywhere. I've been everywhere, right? So don't tell me that missing one game is not supporting the football club. Don't tell me that, right? And I am supporting the football club, and I'll tell you why I'm supporting the football club, because that is what is the best for the football club. The best for the football club is to get these clowns out. Yeah? Me not turning up is not going to make a fucking difference. Right? Listen, I'm not saying you're not 55. I'm not saying you ain't followed them, right? But so have I. Yeah, and this is what. So what if you're 55? I'm 42, right? This ain't my club. This ain't any more your club than it is my club because you're older than me, right? So don't tell me, right? Don't tell me that not attending a game was the one that's cost them. They haven't won a game there since fucking February. Fuck them. Fuck them players. Fuck that manager, right? All of them. And I'm not saying it in a derogatory sense. I am not. The reason I am supporting the football team, they will have a better time if them two clowns upstairs weren't there. Believe me, right? So I am supporting the football team. Any protest that I go to is supporting my football team because I am supporting the football team. I am supporting it because I want it to carry on existing. Yeah, I'm not saying you don't want them out, right? But don't sit there casting these atrocious on people. I'm supporting my football team the way I want to support my football team. I support my football team by supporting my fucking football team.
Yeah, but he's just voicing his opinion. It's his opinion.
It's not about the fucking people. It's not about the players, the Brazilian internationals and all that. It's about West Ham United, where I grew up, where I fucking was born into, where I want to carry on existing. Right, and if not going to one game, right, and I've travelled all around this fucking world watching West Ham, if I'm not going to one game saves my football club, if it saves it, don't tell me I'm fucking wrong because we can lose one game. Yeah. One game.
He's entitled to his opinion, and that's his opinion.
He's not entitled to his opinion, but I think he's fucking bollocks. Yeah, and I'm entitled to say that.
Yeah, but he may think yours is, but at the end of the day, he's entitled to his opinion, and that's what makes the world great.
As T-Boy said,
No,
Get him on the call-in show.
No, I'm sorry. It's not a detriment of the team. It's not a detriment of the team. It's not a detriment. It's to help the fucking team.
But
It's to help them.
the one thing we can all agree on: nothing to change until they sell, and that is the thing. At the end of the day,
so what do we have to do? So what do we do? Just sit here and wait for them to sell? No, I want them to fucking sell. I want them to sell. And if I'm not turning up to the fucking game and that gets them out, I've helped the fucking football club, not people that went to the game and ignored it. I'm sorry, but I won't change my mind. I won't.
Listen, Nick. I've seen us win games with less fans there than what we see that.
Yeah, no, I've seen us win games with no. We was the best when no fans were there.
Exactly, that's it. And that's the thing. I get the point that he's making, right? But I personally, I don't think he's right in what he's saying. You know, us not being there for that game had no effect on that performance whatsoever. That performance, like you said, mate, was the players boycotting because it was atrocious and a joke, and the fraud putting the team out that he put out, right? So that's it. It wouldn't have made a difference if there was 66,000 in that stadium for that game. That team that he put out for that game would have still performed exactly the same way. The result would have been exactly the same way. The only difference would have been after about half hour, there would have only been 30,000 sitting in there because half of us would have walked fucking out. So that's it. Yeah. That's the only thing that was different, which would have affected, if you're looking at it affecting the players, that would have affected the players 10 times more because you're seeing people who have paid money to turn up and watch you perform, walk out because you've been absolutely atrocious. So that's what it boils down to. Nothing to do with us not being there. The manager got it completely wrong and still ain't held his hands up and turned around and said he got it wrong because he tried to play the same fucking team again. So, you know.
Listen, I've got nothing against that man's opinion. I really haven't. Like that's that man's opinion, and everyone is entitled to an opinion, and if that's his opinion. That's his opinion. If he went to the game, that's his opinion. But don't sit there and tell me I'm wrong. Don't tell me I'm wrong.
When you at the start of the show, when you get a chance to watch the Cotty event, you'll see how opinions can divide people.
Being a body in the stadium, right, means nothing.
You
right?
sound like you're making popcorn.
Yeah, it's fuck. I fucking hate fireworks. Even get some politics, fucking ban fireworks. It's stupid. There's nothing entertaining about fireworks, but loud bangs and bright lights. I'm sorry. If you're entertained by that, let me not speak, right? It's fucking annoying. So let's just put all this fireworks bollocks in the bin for 2026. But with Sullivan. But yeah, so am I still here?
Yeah.
No, the window closed. No, what I'm saying is, being a body in the stadium is nothing, right? Just turning up. It's 60,000. It's full up, and it's silent as anything. So there are bigger problems, I think, than just having people in the stands. As you know, El Chico said, you know, like there was still 40,000 in, didn't make a difference. And there was quiet as anything. But I will say, as Nikki replies this, it's so funny seeing Nikki have this back and forth debate with text, like with words on the, and he's like, wait, no, wait a minute. I will say my piece. Don't you say that to me. But just WHU, if you're up for it, come on the call-in show next week.
Yeah, I'd love to talk to you. I love to talk to you. And I'm not going to be rude. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not trying to bully anyone. I'm not trying to be anything. I just want to put my point across. He's got his point. I've got my point. I'll get your opinion. No problem with it. We need to protest together as one force. I gave up my season tickets because of those Lion clans. Well done to you. But what's the fucking difference between you giving up your season ticket and me not going for a game? Don't tell me I have to fucking go there and you ain't even got a fucking ticket.
Yeah. That's the point.
What he says there. Yeah, we all need to protest one together because
yes, absolutely. If you keep on fucking telling me not to do it, then how are we gonna fucking protest as one?
I don't think he's telling you not to do it, mate. But
well, he did. He fucking said you shouldn't have done it on the first. Fuck no. I mean that with the greatest respect. Fuck him. What's it about? No.
And you, Nick, right? I know all about the bloody history, but we're not fucking doing. I'm doing a Nicky now. It's not. But fucking my neighbours aren't sitting there fucking letting off fireworks because of a protest. They're doing it because of loud bang, bright light. Red, blue. That one's green. Wow, that's why they're fucking doing it. I don't know anything about the fucking protest. It's just
Dan in our
shit.
fireworks as a kid, everyone.
No, I watched a few of them, right? You see it, if you see one, you've seen them all, right? A couple of five, think, oh, nice. You get a bit older, you think, well, it's a load of bit boring. I'm just standing in the cold, loud
Right,
bang, bright light.
talking about fireworks, mate. Have you watched the drone show that the Japanese do with fireworks? For
Oh,
New
is it
Year?
quiet? Is it?
Of course, it ain't quiet. Jesus, it's New
Well, it's
Year.
fucking drones. How do drones
No,
make
they
big
don't.
loud
It's
bang?
It's fireworks and drones. It's like an amazing thing that they do. You did right.
See one in Florida. I see
Yeah.
a Star Wars one in Florida. Yeah.
Bollock. Yeah, do you know what? I agree. Some of these comments I agree with. I can't put them up, but it's just it's fucking stupid. So and it's ruining my stream. I'm trying to stream. I'm trying to do a service to the public here. We're trying to bring our subscribers a show, and they're ruining it.
Shout out the window.
So
Tell them to shut up. Go on.
yeah, no, they'll probably put one through my window, bastards. I'll even tag them, mate. So yeah, but Burnley, yeah, I will say this, like I agree with both of you. I think we all agree, same team, keep the same team, come out strong. Like this is a cup final, 6-pointer, go all in, right? That's what I want to see. No excuses, because if they sit there and can put that performance in against Newcastle, they can do it against Burnley. And if they don't do it against Burnley, it's because they think they're too good to put a graft in against Burnley, and I don't respect that. I've seen it too many times at West Ham.
Yeah, and that's it, mate. That is it. We need that level of intensity, that level of performance, the fight that we saw, the leaders that we saw. Everybody's got to step up again, because this is the thing. We've got 3 games after the international break that are bloody hard, and we need to get this 3 points. 6 points from our last 2 games. It is absolutely fantastic. If we had actually put this team out against Leeds and against Brentford, we may have seen something a bit different. But, that's by the by now. We're past that. Let's just hope that don't come back to bite us in the arse at the end of the season. But at the end of the day, it has got to be the same starting 11, the same intensity that we saw, the same fight that we saw, because this is the biggest game now that we're ever going to have this season. Because we lose this, again, we're cut adrift, especially with the fixtures we've got coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then that's it. So, yeah,
Somebody
I
said
mean,
to me
like...
earlier- I'm sorry, mate. Somebody said to me earlier, I look tired. I am extremely tired. Yeah.
But do you know what? I never
very
know
long week.
someone. I think you're the biggest yawner. Like you yawn. Like Scott, he let out one yawn right at the start of the thing. He's tired, and I've not seen him yawn since. You yawn and you really make your yawns are really big.
Yawn is just getting oxygen to your brain, because that means you're extremely tired. Then you know me, mate. I work extremely hard.
Or you ain't got much oxygen in your brain.
or I'm dying. Yeah, one of the two. It's one of them.
But let's get some predictions then for this Burnley game. I don't even know this. I don't know how you predict West Ham these days. But what are we? Are we confident?
Yeah, I am. I am. I think we win this 3-0.
I ain't that confident.
Oh,
I think we win this 3-0. We need to turn it round. I think
what
last
we
week...
need and what we'll do are two different things.
No. I think we win it 3-0. And I don't mean that with a. I think Burnley have got the best, like one of the best chances to stand up out of all of them. I really do. But I think we need to make a statement here, and I think I think that we have got the players, and I think if he starts the same team, I think we win 3-0.
It's been a long time since we've had back-to-back wins, though. This is the worry.
Yeah.
Well, this is it. Somebody said to me, I done an interview with Tony Cottee last night, right? And he said to me they'd done 18 back-to-back, right? In the 85-86 season, 18 undefeated games back-to-back. He went, we wouldn't mind 18 now. I said, I wouldn't mind 2.
Yeah.
Mad, isn't it?
Yep.
Absolutely mad.
Crazy.
No, listen, I'm. This is the most confident I've been all season so far. I think we will win. I don't think we'll keep a clean sheet, and I think it will be tight. So I'm going 2-1.
That's what I was going to predict. That's what I was going to predict.
You can predict the same, Dan. It's fine, mate.
I can predict the same. It's just
Yeah.
boring. I think I'll say the thing is, I look at it and exactly what I was going to say. The back-to-back, like we've won 2 home games all season. To win 2 in a row is a big ask. So I do think it will be tight. I do think that little bit of burden of expectation will be on us this week that wasn't there last week. So I think it's going to be one of them ones. It's a tense affair, and the first goal will open up the game a little bit more. They're going to probably come in and try to keep it a little bit tight and compact to start off with. They're not going to come straight at us and try and, see if they can get us on set pieces and things like that. So it's going to be about us on what we can create. So Nuno, play that team because we created more chances in that one game than we have all season. So it's a must. And so we'll see 2-1, but a draw, it's just not good enough. It's not good enough. There's a long season. We've got some tough fixtures coming.
A draw is okay.
We've got some tough fixtures coming up, Nick.
We have got some tough ones coming up. But a draw is okay. Keeps us in touching distance. But
I would rather
we don't want to do that. We want to win.
Yeah, but I would have rather have drew to Newcastle and beat Burnley. I'd rather have lost to Newcastle and beat Burnley because at the end of the day,
it's the same, isn't it?
Yeah,
but we take points off Burnley. That's the key.
Yeah. But it's we needed saying out the Newcastle game anyway. This is the thing that the most is at worst a draw against Newcastle and beating Burnley would have been the perfect. But to beat Newcastle and then not to beat Burnley, I think
we need to take points off Burnley because the thing is Fulham and Forest and who did I say it was?
Forest and Leeds, isn't it?
Leeds are playing, right? So there's a chance that one of them are going to get points on us, right? Forest could go above us. Leeds could get further away. You have as well Fulham. Who are they playing? Everton are playing Fulham. So that's another thing there. So they can get points on us. At least one of those teams are going to get a push away.
I'll tell you what, they're getting pulled into it, Everton.
Everton are,
Wolves away to Chelsea.
Wolves should lose that, but Chelsea never
Listen, Chelsea struggled to get a point against Carrierbag.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so don't underestimate Chelsea's ability to just be unexpectedly shit. So like this is mad. Like 3 6-pointers: Everton, Fulham, West Ham, Burnley, and Forest and Leeds. This is a huge weekend for the relegation battle.
Yeah.
So we need to just make sure we win our game. We win our game, and we just got to hope the cards, go our way, right?
This is the thing. This is said last night. At the end of the day, you don't.
I know. I don't know what I was thinking.
Hope the cards go our way. Is that saying?
Why did you have to call it out? I was thinking, hope no one notices that. What is the fucking saying I'm looking for? Hope something lands.
Hope the tide falls our way. I don't know. I don't know what the saying is.
I don't know what. Someone will say it in the chat.
Hope the cards go our way. I reckon that is a saying. But go on, Scott. Yeah, go on.
No, it's just saying. It's like you said. It's something we said last night. You can't worry about anyone else. Just focus on your thing. One game at a time. Get the game out of the way. Move on to the next one. That's all we've got to do. And this is it. Now, forget what happened against Newcastle. Approach Burnley as if they're a side that's 10 times better than us. Offer the challenge, offer the fight, and see how it goes.
Deck's in our favour, yeah.
But like hope it lands the way it lands in the way we. I know what I'm trying to think.
I know what you're trying to say.
Something. I wasn't thinking the Deck's in my favour. It was something about something landing. So there we go. And the protest tomorrow, we will be there. So come and see us. The details here, as you can see, if you can't, depending on your eyesight, and I can't, so my eyesight's good. But it starts at Stratford Station at 12:30 a.m. Oh, right, it's all written down on the right-hand side. Then it goes through to Stratford High Street, where the DLR station is, down that way. I did this walk with the guys and the police. So we did all of that. It's all planned out. Then it's down Carpenter's Road, past the Carpenter's Arms, then past Pudding Mill Lane Station, and then the director's entrance where we was last week. So there's the route, 12:30. So if you can't get there, you can jump on any of these points, right? You can get join the protest at any of these single points, right? So that's there. As many people as possible. Like I said, you're not going to regret it. You're going to enjoy it, being around proper West Ham fans, singing songs, you know, and just making our voices heard. So hope to see as many of you down there tomorrow as possible if you can make it. So there you go. But Hammers United do have it all up if you do want to go double check that or just rewind back to this. I think Crossed Hammers as well have the info. So do check them all out. Look here.
Stop eating on the stream.
I'm not right. Goodbye.
There's a serial snacker. Nick is serial snacker. It's that GTA map. We won't be seeing one of them for a year, Paul. So yeah, no, there we go. So tomorrow, like I said, I'll be here for the watch along. I'm gonna make sure I leave the protest on time a bit earlier next time so I can get back for the watch along. So I will be there. But last time,
make sure you leave a lot earlier.
Well, I won't have Jace holding me back this time.
Yeah. We'll say this as well before we go. Can we spare a minute for Dave Little, who sadly passed away for the Brentford game? Him and his wife have sat next to me for years and years. Will sadly be missed. Absolutely, we've worked with Stacey before, and yeah, absolutely. We got to know her dad a little bit, and a lovely man, and we will spare a thought for him tomorrow, I think. So, yeah.
There we go. So fully agree, and thoughts go out to the family, and just again, thanks for everyone for joining us. Any updates on the pint glasses? There's an update, or is it's just
the update is there's no update.
There could be something. There could be some working on.
Oh, actually, Dan's.
I'm working on a few things, so we could have some pint glasses soon. Maybe not these exact ones, but new pint glasses, nice pint glasses. We are going to make it happen because we know how much people want these pint glasses. So do go check that out and check out our friends OK Jerseys once again. Code Nicky 8% off. Go and check that out. QR code or okjersey.com. Get these. Get your West Ham shirts, your England shirts, your Leary shirts from the 90s, whatever you want. So do use the code and again join the memberships if you want. We've got a lot of members are really going up. I think we're up to 80 now. I want to say 80 of you beautiful bastards that have joined. So like I said, we're going to have some footage, some content up, early access. We also have got the podcast, which Nicky does with Dom. So he's maybe going to have someone else on. He's going to see what he can do. It could be a different guest. He's going to try and see what he can do.
I'm going to Prague. I'm going to Prague.
I didn't know if I could say that. So there'll be some content there.
I'll get to Prague. Okay, get off the screen. I'm going to go back.
I'm going to Prague.
Prague. I'm going to Prague.
Yeah. All right. I think it's going Prague. There we go. So listen, thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow on the watch along. One thing left to say. Come on, you Irons.
Come on, you Irons.